Biggie's house is really becoming very interesting, and I love the way Liema cleared Buhle B. Man, what kind of insecurity is this? I love that she had to tell her, look, I don't have anything to do with your man. Like, seriously. Hey, my loves, go grab your popcorn as we analyze the Bazozwa season. What is happening in the house today? What are we updating on? Please do not forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, hi, my name is Spicy. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get right into it. So apparently, Buhle B has been thinking that there is something going on between Tumi and Liema. Well, guys, this gist is really going to be long because I'm going to walk you guys through everything, onset of everything, even when Liema and Tumi started off a relationship and all. So last night, God, last night after the party, this young lady started crashing out. I mean, Buhle. She started crashing out. She was so angry at the time. Offensive came and was like telling her, man, look at your body, look at this, look at the way you think, the way you do this. Do you know who you are? And my question was, I don't understand if these people do not watch Big Brother. How can you come on the show week one? You already, man, play your game and use your head. How can you be so locked in like you've been married to this person for years? For you have already concluded that this young man, to me, the Baba, is your man. And for that, anybody you see around him, that's a big problem. So while she was crashing out, okay, while she was just seated there crashing out, talking and all, then Tumi came around. Okay, he came around and she was like, he was talking with Liema, this that he didn't really spend most of the time with her yesterday. He was spent most of the time with Liema and all. Now, let me tell you guys, do you know that there was a day they were having a conversation? I think that was in the laundry room. I can't remember who and who were there. And Liam was telling them, like, to me is like a flirt, right? So the only thing is Buhle B should protect her peace, like protects your peace, because this kind of person, if you keep trying to focus on him, if you keep trying to monitor him, check who he's speaking with, who he's not talking to, you're going to end up causing problem for yourself. And that is exactly what's bringing about this insecurity. Well, one thing I don't know is if Buhle doesn't really like Liema, because the young lady was so confused when she had to ask him, let me continue, guys, with the gist. She was like, why would you be asking me that question? So she kept on crashing out, complaining that she was with Liema and all. And the young man was like, he was so confused because offense was there. She kept on complaining that no, she doesn't want anybody to play on her feelings. She's been broken before, she's been treated that way before, so she doesn't want it again and all that. She can't be chasing Tumi around and all that. She's not doing the thing. Tumi should tell himself whom he wants. Go for who you want. You can't be talking to this one, you talk to this one, tomorrow you talk to this one, so telling them same thing. So you figure out what you want, who is this person that you want, and be with the person. The young man was confused. In fact, when the young man was having conversation with who was he talking to? I don't know, he was talking to somebody, yeah, and he was like, man, he's not even here for all of those things. He's not even here to be in a competition with someone, because he was also talking about Bravo B. He also thinks maybe there is something when he sees Bull talk with Bravo B. And for me, I don't even think Bravo B's return to the house should be for all of this sheep and all. Man, focus on the money and know how to play your game and let nothing be serious. Okay, so they were just there talking. Before you knew it, guys, Didi raised up her, stood up and said, coming for Tumi, and like, you have a woman and you're still talking to this person. I'm like, these people, you guys are very funny. Is it that you people do not watch the show? I don't want to believe that they don't watch the show, because I can see that some of them talk about Sweet Liver, some of them talk about Ashley, some of them talk about other housemates. They watch the show. So I am really surprised that someone who has been watching the show or who knows so much about the show. Even if you don't watch, even if you're a random person who doesn't watch Big Brother reality, there is no way, as long as you're on social media, you must see an update. Even if you don't know what's talking about, there is no way you will see them in your feeds. You can't, you will just, they will just pop up because it's a trending topic right now. So even if you don't know much about it, they will definitely appear in your feeds. Okay. So now you guys know about the show. So I'm surprised that you come into the show in week one and you're already feeling like you're married to someone and that's all you care about when you are in the house to play a game. How many times have you guys seen any Big Brother ship sailed? Is 1 out of 100. It's 1 out of 100, and most times the ship doesn't even get them into anywhere. If the people like you, they like you. Just like Tandeka, it's the thing of luck and grace. You might not really be all that. Once they like you, they like you. So, guys, fast forward to all the whole crashing out. I was surprised that later it was like a meeting because, according to Buhle B, she was saying she's not the talking type, she's quiet, and she really wants to be cleared. She wants to know exactly what was happening. So there was seated, gathered the housemates, Liema, Tumi, Offense, Didi, Tracy, a whole lot of them seated there, and the young woman Buhle raised the question and said she wants to ask Liema what is her relationship with Tumi. I think that was just like a bell ringing in Liema's ear. She was so confused. She was surprised. She was like, really? In fact, it took her some time to even put herself together before she could. Liema is not really very good at words like that. It's only when she's angry. She's not really the talking type too like that. Okay. It really took her a lot of taking a deep breath because like, why will you be asking me this question? And besides, according to Liema, she already had a conversation with Buhle. She already had a conversation with Buhle where she told Buhle, look, I see this young man as this, okay? You just have to protect yourself. I've been in your situation before. I was in the house before, where I was with someone who wanted to be here, there, here. So please protect your peace because, and do you know that, guys, can you see how, can you guys see Liema on the screen? Like, this young lady was, okay. So she started and said, well, there is nothing happening between them. She is in the house. In fact, that she has been in the house before, and she has been in a situation like Buhle B, and she was with somebody, and S who is like to me, who you see there is there. So, and all she does is that she is in a very committed relationship. She's in a committed relationship, and the only thing that she is going to do in this house is to flirt back with whoever that flirts with her. So she mentioned some people. She flirts with Dupe, flirts with Tumi, Offense, though she doesn't like Offense, and who again she was trying to mention. I think they don't. I said no, they don't, because Neliswa was like, no, the Neliswa and the don't, these people. So she said, what else are you supposed to do in this house? What else are you supposed to do in this house? In fact, why she was saying it, I think that was when okay, let me continue. What else is she supposed to do? What else am I supposed to do in this house? No, because I don't understand that she is not in the house to do that. She is not in the house. Please, I'm not here to take your man. I'm not in the house to date anyone. I am not going to KIWS anyone in this house. Okay, so I'm just here to have fun and just to play the game. So I don't know why Buhle is having all of these insecurities. I don't know why you're having all of this. Are you intimidated by Liema? So she said, Liema even went ahead to tell her that she had a conversation with Tumi, and sometime, yeah, they had a conversation where, Liema was asking Tumi sometime, about how, when was his last relationship, and I think Tumi said like a year ago his ex passed. Okay, she passed away, and since then he's just been that he doesn't really take out his DI, anyhow. You must earn it just the way he will also earn your cookie And then they just talk about it, and she was like, he reminds her so much of his ex because probably she has clocked his moves and said this one behaves like Jared. Even while she was talking there, she mentioned it that some of them know the story. Even said Bravo B, you know him, he was, so for her, it's not that deep. For her, she's just like in the house having fun. I think this was the place where they were in the laundry room, because I just had to put in all of those clips for you guys to understand the origin of this, and make sure you have liked this video as you're listening to my analysis, right? Okay, so Liema has already clocked some of the guys their games, okay, and I just hope she's playing her game too, though. She has clocked it and she's not interested in anything. So I don't know why Buhle was just crashing out, trying to act like you're stealing my man away from me. Man, for how long? Like, when did you meet this man? This was the day Liema had conversation with this young man, to me, and they talked about some things. Okay, this is it, and to me, had already said he's not even in the house to compete with anyone for girls. He's not even in the house for all these girls things. He's in the house for the 2 million. So I don't know when this my gender would start getting sense. I like, when I don't know if the one that pained me was the way Didi was saying, is your man. I'm like, please, you guys should still tell me, because I've been asking these questions honestly, because I feel there is nothing like any relationship outside. The only relationship we can approve outside is for only people who are married, because how can a whole 20 something housemates come into the house and all of a sudden people have already termed themselves being in a committed, like, I'm not referring to Liam, I'm referring to all of these ones who feel like, this person is my, like, is it that you don't really have anything going on for them outside? I keep asking this in every season. Like, you guys don't have anything going on for you outside, or whatever you have, because if you have something serious going on for you outside, or you believe so much in whatever it is you have outside, I don't think you will come into Big Brother's house and in week 1. And I love the fact that Loredo has, I know that he too, but then I think he's really taking his time, because I remember the conversation he had with Ofensi. Like, please, why don't we take our time to really study these people and understand exactly what is going on? Okay, understand who it is you feel you have a connection with, before moving in too deep, because you might actually be with someone and you realize that, oh, we did not even click, or this is who I like. But in week 1, how can you conclude that in week 1 this is the person, this is the one, this is, in fact, that last night, it was a lot, guys. It was a lot. In fact, at the time, Tumi was talking to Neliswa, about the whole situation. He was also talking to, I don't remember this guy's name that had breasts, and the guy was telling him that, okay, according to him, he said that Buhle B was speaking to, I think, Bravo B or who, okay, and he was still with Liema. So he was trying to say that he didn't really spend much time, but the guy told him no, that they were there for almost like an hour talking. Okay, that they were literally there for almost like an hour speaking, talking to Liema, and I think that got Buhle B angry, and she went to the guy like, can you see, Tumi has not really spent enough time with me today. He's literally spending the whole part of the day with Liema, and I think that got her insecure. That really got her worried, and that really made her feel like, oh, I am not wanted, or probably you now want Liema. I know Didi is her person, definitely. So that one was also crashing out and was coming out to me, and the way she came at him wasn't really nice though, okay, because she was just shouting from there, how can you be with him? I'm like, what did this young man do? It's not like you guys got him doing something, just a chat with oh my goodness, this Big Brother housemates never cease to amaze me, because I don't know if the prize now is for the MAN, which at the end of the day is not going to get you guys anywhere, or are you here for the 2M? Now, if you ask me, I will say that Tandeka is one of the housemates who has given a storyline, and is not going to be difficult, because everybody anticipates Tandeka's drama. Everybody is anticipating her drama, and by the time people start falling in love with her, it will now be like, oh, this, that. come to the house, play the game. And I don't want to believe that Liema wants to be a sheep scatterer. Or maybe, I don't know. What else is she supposed to do? You're in Big Brother's house. Okay, take your bed, sit all day, probably sing. Of course, you know the other time she was singing, and she also had a singing section that Tumi joined her, so you can't tell the her whom to love or how to love. So when she kept on, I was like, okay, that I really wanted to know, but Lema was like, I had this conversation with you, so I'm surprised that you're coming here to ask me this same question. She said, because try yesterday, he didn't spend time with me, he spent most of the time with me, so that is why I really wanted to ask you. I realized that you shouldn't be. So where, and she was telling Liema she wanted to know where she is, where she stands. And Liema like, you're not supposed to be asking me that question. You are. So she pointed out to me. You are not supposed to be asking me that question. You are supposed to be asking to me that question and not me. When she asked that question, I'm like, this question is not supposed to be for Liema. That question is supposed to be directed to your Tumi. He is the one you should seek clarity from. He's the one who should clear you and tell you. In fact, at that point, I think Tracy said something and said men are like what, that there are 3 things she has learned about men, and she was trying to educate them that with them is not serious, because you can't cage them, and they will always be who they are. Okay, men would always be who they are. So the best thing for you to do is to protect your peace. But if you want to start feeling insecure like Buhle is doing in week 1, then baby girl, that's a long ride for you. That's a long ride for you. And with this kind of crashing out, it might even chase the guy away, because he said his ex just passed like a year ago. He hasn't been anything, so he's really taking his time. So do you think coming into the house week 1, he has already concluded that it's you because you have a very beautiful body, or because you no, for him, he said he's here for the 2M and not just for anything. And I don't think and for women who think, okay, because Offensive was telling her, have you seen your body? There are men you don't entice with that, because they see like more like a million beautiful women in a day. Like they see a whole lot. They've seen different shades, different types, different. So there are so many things. But I felt that instead of crashing out, calling a meeting, asking Liema publicly and all of that, you should have gone quietly to me to ask to me, oh, I wasn't really happy, or you calm down and observe more. Because she was like, yes, I know we had a conversation, I know you spoke to me, but there are some things I'm seeing and all. I'm not trying to say no, her feelings are not valid, or her reasons for doing that are not valid, because there are some of us, okay, who have very soft heart, who cannot really take, any little thing it doesn't help, because at the end of the day, it just accumulates your being insecure and makes you tensed and, makes you uneasy. Okay, you're just going to start monitoring, start getting overly probably jealous or envious of wherever it is the person is talking to, and at the end of the day, your mental health is at stake, because it's going to make you anxious, and is the person you are even doing all of that for may not even be feeling the same way as you do. So I think the best thing would have been to calm down, observe more, see if you could observe more and see if there is anything. But as for Liema, seriously, Liema has been in the house, so I am not expecting less from her, in as much as I know she's still quite young and people are bound to make mistakes. But being in a committed relationship, like she has said so many times, even Buhle B said that you've reiterated that so many times, and so you don't expect her not to talk to the opposite gender because she's in a committed relationship. You don't expect her not to feel free, chat, do whatever it is for fun, because of what? Why not? It may be that Tumi even likes Liema's voice. Of course, he's a barber, so he could be artistic and he could like some of these things. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to be wrapping it up here. But you see this young man say, I am never going to take this young man serious. I think some of them are just there to have the fun and try their luck at the 2 million. At the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. Yeah, whatever happens. Okay guys, let me hear your thoughts, please. It's going to be in the comment section. What do you guys feel? Do you think Liema is in the wrong? Why wouldn't she sit down to chat with someone? And if it's a strategy to scatter ships, is still okay, because that was what she experienced in her first season. So I don't blame whatever strategy you're coming into the house with. And if you know you're this type who cannot stand some of these things, please stay away from all these relationships until you are very sure of the person. Like I'm talking to Buhle B, focus more on the game you came to play. If he's trying to play a game, you play a game too, and protect your peace of mind. Okay, all right guys, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.